Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Straight Dropp, who's a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee, who's apparently locked into this whole Young Dolph thing. Now, to be real, we got to go back about 3 weeks ago when a story dropped, and I did a video on it where it talked about the fact that Straight Dropp was on the run, according to some rumors, from the feds or the U.S. Marshals. Now, it seems like that might be true. And the tip that we got back then might be proven true as well, man. It looks like Straight Dropp is the suspect that's being looked for by the U.S. Marshals, implicated in the shooting death of none other than Young Dolph, the Memphis rap legend. Now, this story is wild, and I can tell just by all the rumors online right now, I'm talking about it's really heating up. There's a lot of people sending me tips. I appreciate that and all that. But man, this thing is going to get deeper than you'll ever believe. Now, before we get to the specifics and before we talk about what's going on, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this Straight Dropp situation. Now, they're saying online, and I'm not 100% sure of this, even though Straight Dropp looks exactly like the guy in that mugshot, Justin Johnson, who is now the lead suspect out there in the Young Dolph murder case. They're saying that he's the same guy. Now, I'm not going on the record and saying that. I'm just saying it looks like him. You know what I mean? Like I did in the last video. But that's not even the crazy part, man. The rumor out there is this was done with the 16-year-old kid as one of the trigger men. And the 16-year-old kid has been locked up for like 2 weeks in the other city where the white Benz was also used in a shooting. Yeah, this thing gets deep. This is wild, man. And also, it's a rumor out there, and please, man, take this into consideration. This is just a rumor. This isn't facts. But they saying he giving up all the info, man. Like he's telling everything, man, that he implicated Straight Dropp, that he implicated other people. Like it's about to go down. That's the rumors that are out there. Now, I don't know if that's for facts. You know what I'm saying? And just out of the protection of whoever's involved, please do not run with that like it's facts. But man, it's an interesting story if it's true, regardless, right? Now, to be real, this gets even weirder because 3 weeks ago, a post was made on social media where a guy said pretty much detailed everything that was about to happen. And he put this out on social media right here. Now, in this post from the real cussing pastor, that's what it says right here on social media. It says, "You got it here first. One of my credible sources has confirmed the U.S. Marshals have an arrest warrant for rapper Straight Dropp for the murder of Young Dolph and are looking in Memphis and Atlanta." Now, when this first came out, everybody they felt like it was a rumor. I'm going to keep it real. And I felt like it was a rumor. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, well, how does he have this inside information? I know pastors, they have they folks out there who they talk to on a regular basis and they help people in the community. So, you know, sometimes they get some information that can be beneficial for the community, right? But man, when he put this out there, a lot of people just kind of, you know, played it off, thought it was a rumor or whatnot. And even when I talked about it in that last video that I did on this subject, man, I left room for error. I left it out there like, man, maybe this is not true. You know what I mean? I don't know this guy's source or whatever, but it seems to be true. You know what I'm saying? It seems like all that information is true, and it seems like some of the posts after that are true as well. Now, let's talk about these rumors, man. So the rumor is that Straight Dropp had ideas of making it in the rap game. Even in I did 2 videos involving Straight Dropp. One where I talked about his music video that he dropped like the week that Dolph died, maybe even like a week after Dolph died. And I want to say it was called Stepped On or something like that. So, I mean, he was actually putting clues out there. So to be real, a lot of these rappers, man, they be on social media putting out more clues and stuff than anybody if this is the case. If this is true and he's really involved, that was probably not the best move either. Then you have your internet sleuths and people who are really, really digging in deep in them Reddit comments, giving out valuable information, looking and checking street signs and doing all that stuff, right? There's a lot going on social media, right? And it looks like a lot of those people are saying that his goose is pretty much cooked. No pun intended, because they're saying that dude is pretty much, you know, the person who gave up all the information and everything that needed to be known. Now, if you looked at the picture of the shooters, you always saw it was 2. Now, the idea that one of the shooters would be a juvenile or somebody who wasn't of the age of 18 just didn't even, cross my mind. But it's always a possibility because, I mean, there's a lot of cats who are young and teenagers out there wild committing crimes, obviously, right? But, man, if that rumor proves true, man, it sounds like this ain't a good look for Straight Drop. Like, I don't see him making it up out of this situation without a whole bunch of time. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even worse than that, but depending on the state that he's living in, which is Tennessee. Now, in that original post, the guy said that they were looking for him in Atlanta. And in this wanted poster I want to go over, man, which was put out there by the U.S. Marshal Service, they basically talk about the fact that he's been known to evade law enforcement before. Let's look at it. Now, we're still going off the premise that Justin Johnson is Straight Drop. You know what I mean? If it comes out that it's his brother or something later, don't hold me to that, man. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm just saying they look like the same person in them pictures. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's look at this newsletter, man. Now, this newsletter is obviously the basis for most of the reporting that's been going on out there. If you want to hear it in its entirety, check out my last video where I talked about the initial alert that went out by the U.S. Marshal Service looking for this person, Justin Johnson, right? Now, in this, I want to get to this very last part where it talks about his two cases that are out there. They talk about the young Dolph case, and then they talk about the situation where he had with a weapon. They said both cases were adopted for a fugitive investigation by the U.S. Marshals Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force. Since the issuance of the murder warrant, U.S. Marshals and MPD have been extensively searching for Johnson. So it goes on there to say they've been extensively searching for Johnson. Now, I'm not sure if it goes back to those 3 weeks ago, but obviously this has been an ongoing situation until finally they said, all right, we need the community's help. Here's a $15,000 reward if you give us some information, lead it to him, right? Now it says, since Johnson has been able to evade capture, law enforcement agencies are now offering a combined reward of $15,000. And that seems to be split between different agencies or different, entities. Like they got Crime Stoppers, they offering like $2,500, TBI, $2,500, and then you have the MPD and the U.S. Marshals giving up $10,000. So they really trying to get the money out there so that way they can locate him, because obviously he's been evading law enforcement for a while. Now it goes on to describe Justin Johnson, and basically they say that he's a black male, he's 190 pounds, you know what I mean, and that his date of birth is 1998 or whatever, and then he approximately 5'8" or something like that. And they talk about his tattoo right on his right arm. I guess it says Jaya. Now, Johnson has ties to organized criminal gangs and should be considered armed and dangerous. So they're basically saying that he has ties to some street organizations and he should be considered armed and dangerous. And obviously that would be the case since, they're alleging the fact that he shot and killed young Dolph, a rap legend right now, right? Now, this is crazy because a lot of the rumors are saying that he was tempted to do this in order to get a record deal. Now, I'm not going to say who with or who they say he's affiliated with also. But man, if all of this starts to roll downhill and all these names really get involved, this is going to be a hip hop story for the times. And that is not a good thing because at the end of the day, we lost young Dolph. And he was worth more than all of these headlines. You know what I'm saying? Him being in the rap game, his contributions to hip hop, what he was doing for his community, what he was doing for his family, and the example he was setting by buying properties and doing all that stuff, man, we'll trade anything to have more of that going on out here in this world. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do you guys think? Do you think that a lot of these rumors are going to prove to be true? Because this one originally started as a rumor 3 weeks ago and is now 100% looking like it's going to be true. Or I can't say 100%. We'll say most likely there's a good chance that rumor, that Straight Drop, because we still don't know if that's Straight Drop. I mean, it looks like him. I'll be real. And I'm trying to beat around the bush here, but definitely it's pointing to whatever we were talking about 3 weeks ago. It's come to be true about the U.S. Marshals looking for him, man. If you look at that alert, the newsletter and everything, it seems to be true. And does this point to all the other rumors possibly being true? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.